Thank you for joining us for our first virtual production here at Milburn Stone Theatre. In March, Milburn Stone Theatre closed. Since then, we have been looking at ways to engage our volunteers and patrons. The staff here at MST has been providing workshops for people of all ages and experiences to join in and participate. These included workshops about theater superstition, stagecraft, choosing monologues and audition songs, as well as roundtables for both our actors and directors to participate in. This past Thursday, we announced our reopening plan, which kicks off in March with Matilda, followed in April by August Wilson's Fences, and then in June we finish out with Once. The information for these shows, as well as our returning community partners, as well as the virtual events that we have going on, can be found on our website. We are excited to get back to work and bring live theater back to the Cecil College campus and the Cecil College community. MST doesn't exist without the support and volunteer hours from all the people who come into our theater. Whether it's actors volunteering their time to bring a show to life, to run crew helping out backstage, to our many patrons who support us by purchasing tickets and providing a warm reception to our actors as they enter the stage. If you would like to donate to MST, please visit www.cecil.edu/donate. Once on the page, fill out the application, and under gift designation, choose Milburn Stone Theatre. The closing in March came right before a large donation campaign we were going to kick off after our season unveiling. But the shutdown happened and we weren't able to do our annual donor campaign. So any little bit helps. Again, thank you so much for your support during this time. I would like to now turn it over to Melissa Redfield, who is not only MST's production manager, but she directed the presentation you are about to watch. Melissa has done an amazing job with this group of actors, and I am so excited that she gets to share this with all of you. Melissa?
Hello everyone. I wanted to quickly thank my cast who are willing to do a little extra work than your standard live streamed reading. They quickly had to become cinematographers, costume designers, and audio engineers, and I'm very grateful for their willingness to step outside of their expertise. I also wanted to give a special thank you to our technical director, William Bryant, who did all of the storyboarding for this production. Quarantine has forced everyone to be a little creative, so I hope you enjoy this little patchwork production that we've put together, and I hope it brings you something maybe a little unique. And without further ado, William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing.
I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina. And I find that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor upon a young Florentine named Claudio.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Faith, niece, you tax Signore Benedict too much. But he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man, but for the stuffing, well, we're all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt her and Signore Benedict.
Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother. Very easily possible. He wears his faith but as the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next fad. I pray you, who is his companion? There is no young squire now that will make a voyage with him to the devil. Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere it be cured. Do, good friend.
Don Pedro was approached.
Good Signor Leonato, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encountered to it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
You embrace your guests too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her doctor hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonardo was her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain. Are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meet food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat, but it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find it in my heart then that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonato. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict. My dear friend Leonato hath invited you all.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled with the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please it your grace. Lead on.
Your hand, Leonato, we will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me for my simple true judgment, or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
I don't like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yeah, and a case to put it into.
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of 60 again?
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonato's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy alliance.
You hear, Count Claudio? I can be secret as a dumb man. I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he's in love. With who? Oh, now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
If this were so, so were it uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord. It is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid it should be so.
If my passion should change shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
But my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my tooth, faiths, and troughs, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will dine it at the stake.
thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
And never could maintain his part but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her the most humble thanks. But all women shall pardon me, because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see there, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. And if I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat and shoot me, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, here you may see Benedict the married man.
Well, you will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonato's, commend me to him, tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
Examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness may now do me good.
My love is thine to teach.
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon Hero with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, in their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying, I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou will be like a lover presently, and entirely hero with a book of words. If thou dost love, fair hero, cherish it.
How sweetly you do minister to love, that no loves grief by his complexion, but lest my liking seem too sudden, I would have salved it with the longer treatise.
Look, I know we shall have revelling tonight. I will assume thy part, some disguise, and tell fair hero, I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after, to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion it breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it? I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Horatio?
I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any mon to build mischief on?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato.
Come, come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedick. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then, half Signore Benedick's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Signore Benedick's face.
such a one would win any woman in the world.
Well, niece, I hope to one day see you fitted with a husband.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering. Make good room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
Speak low if you speak of love.
I would you did love me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
What is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the more.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
That I was disdainful and that I got my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. He both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do.
That is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Count Claudio. Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the willow about your own business, County, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me. If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl, now he'll creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool. Well, it may be very well I go under that title because I am married. I'm not so reputed. I'll get revenge as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of this young lady.
Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw. She speaks piniards and every word stabs. If her breath was as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that Adam had left him before he transgressed.
Look, here she comes.
Oh, will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the Elepods that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker now from the furthest inch of Asia. Do you have any embassage to the Pygmies, rather than hold 3-word conference with this harpy? You have no employment for me.
None but to desire your good company.
Oh God, sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come, you have lost the heart of Senor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord, he lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. Marry, once before he won it of me with false dice, therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
Put him down, lady, you have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil, Count, and something of that jealous complexion.
I'faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true, though I'll be sworn if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name. Fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and her goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made a match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it, poor fool, it keeps on the windy side of care. Good lord for alliance, thus goes every one to the world, but I may sit in a corner and cry, hi-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you?
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another one for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
The silence most offends me. And to be merry best becomes you, for, out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then there was a star that danced, and under that I was born. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady, she cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of seat.
She were an excellent wife, Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord. If they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when mean you go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love has all his rights.
Not till Monday, dear son, which is hence a just 7 night, and a time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
Come, Claudio, this time shall not go dully by us. I will in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. If you two will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you.
And you too, gentle hero.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer, his glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift. Is it so, the Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato?
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinal to me. I am sick in displeasure to him.
I think I told my lordship a year since how I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, entreat her to look out her lady's chamber window.
Life is in that, to be the death of this marriage.
The poison in that lies in you to temper. Go ye to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio to a contaminated stale such a one as Hero. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window the very night before the intended wedding. And there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance and all the preparation overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can. I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in this accusation, and my cunning shall not shame you.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
I do much wonder that one man sing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such a shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And that man is Claudio. He won't speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now he has turned orthography. His words are very fantastical banquets and just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am virtuous. Yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look her way. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, of good discourse. An excellent musician, and her hair shall be of whatever color it please God. Oh, the Prince of Mazur love, I will hide me in the arbor.
Come hither, Claudio. What was it you told me of today, that your soon-to-be cousin Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I never did think that lady would love any man.
No, nor I neither, but most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit. Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment. Shall I, says she, that have so often countered him with scorn, write to him that I love him? Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
It were good that Benedict knew of it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, it were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent, sweet lady, and out of all suspicion she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict. I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have doffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what he will say.
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Well, we will hear further of it by your betrothed. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready. If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be some net spread for her, and that must Hero and her gentlewoman Margaret carry. Let us send her to call him in to dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth from Hero. Love me. Why, it must be requited. I hear I am censored. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. They say the lady is fair. This is true. I can bear them witness, and virtuous. 'Tis so, I cannot reprove it, and wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite after. A man loves the meats in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain all a man from the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I say I would die a bachelor, I didn't think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
There, Beatrice. I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in my message.
Yea, just so much as you may take at gunpoint. Fare you well.
Against my will I am sent to bid you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. If I do not take pity on her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I'm a fool. I will go get her picture.
Now, Margaret, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedick. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay.
But are you sure that Benedick loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedick, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? I mean, doth not the gentleman deserve as full as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
O God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes. She cannot love, she is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so, and therefore, certainly, it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport of it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw man, how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. So turns she every man the wrong side out.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedick and counsel him to fight against his passion.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy. Always accepted, my dear Claudio. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel, which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's limed. I warrant you, we have caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt farewell and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives beyond the back of such, and Benedick, love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to loving hand. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
I do but stay until your marriage be consummate, and then go I toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil in the new gloss of your marriage as to show a child his new coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company, for he hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and little hangman dare not shoot at him.
Gallant, I am not as I've been.
So say I. Methinks you sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Hang him truant. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
What? Sigh for a toothache?
Yet say I, he is in love.
There's no appearance of fancy in him.
If he be not in love with some woman, there's no believing old signs. And when was he wont to wash his face?
Yea, or to paint himself, for the which I hear what they say of him. Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude. Conclude he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too, I warrant one that knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions, and despite of all, dies for him.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache? Old Signor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses may not hear.
For my life to break with him about Beatrice. My lord and brother, God save you. Good day, brother. If your leisure served, I would please speak with you. In private. If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him. What's the matter? Means your lordship to be married tomorrow? You know he does. I know not that, when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you, discover it.
The lady is disloyal.
Who? The hero?
Even she. Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out wickedness. Wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it. I will disparage her no further till you are my witness. Bear it coldly but till midnight. Let the issue show itself. Oh, day untowardly turned!
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
Oh, plague night well prevented. So will you say when you have seen the sequel.
Are you a good one and true? You are thought to be the most senseless and fit one for the constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You are to comprehend all Bagram men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name. Why then take no note of him, but let him go, and be glad you are rid of a knave. True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You are also to make no noise in the streets. Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping would offend. Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man with any honesty in him. This is the end of the charge. you, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him. 5 shillings to 1 on't, Mary, not without the prince be willing. For indeed the night watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offence to stay a man against his will. Well, good night. If there be any matter of which chances, call up me. One more word, honest neighbour. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech.
What, Conrad? Conrad, I say! Here, man, I am at thy elbow. And now, forward at thy tail. Therefore know, I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats. Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear? Thou shouldst rather ask if any villainy could be so rich. I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leaned out at her mistress's chamber window and bid me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, did see far off in the distance this amiable encounter. Thought they Margaret was Hero? 2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil my master knew she was Margaret, and partly by her oaths which first possessed them, and partly by the darkness which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John made. Away went Claudio enraged. Master, master! Come, we'll obey you.
Troth, I think your other rubato were better.
No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this.
By my troth, it's not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
Your gowns? Most rare fashion. Faith, I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth, but a nightgown in respect of yours, cloth of golden cuts, but for a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on it. Ask my Lady Beatrice, else here she comes.
Good morrow, coz.
Good morrow, sweet hero. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, hi-ho!
Get you some of this distilled Carduus Benedictus and lay it on your heart. It's the only thing for a qualm.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle.
Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to the church.
Help me dress, good coz, good Meg.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that disterns you nearly. Goodman Vergus, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old one, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as, God help, I would desire they were, but in faith, honest as the fur between his brows. Comparisons are odorous, palabrous, neighbor Vergus.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so. One word, sir. Our watch have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffragance.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare thee well.
We will spare no wit, I warrant you. We shall get the learned writer to set down our excommunication.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her, friar. You come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Oh, what men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
How now? Interjections?
Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her to me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold, how like a maid she blushes here. Would you not swear, all that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if in your proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
No, Leonardo, I never tempted her with word too large, but, like a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee, seeming, I will write against it. You seem to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as is the bud ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well, that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True. Oh God!
Leonardo, stand I here. Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face hero's? Are our eyes our own?
All this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question to your daughter. What man was he talked with you yesternight out at your window betwixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Leonardo, I am sorry you must hear upon my honor. Myself, my brother, and this great count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night talk with a ruffian at her chamber window who, like a liberal villain, confess the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
O hero, what a hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart.
Why, how now, cousin? Wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light, smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, uncle! Hero, why hero? Uncle, Signor Benedict, friar!
Oh, fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
How now, cousin Hero?
Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why, doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not ope thine eyes.
Sir, be patient.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although, until last night, I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed! Confirmed! Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so? Hence from her. Let her die.
Hear me a little. Trust not my reverence, calling nor divinity, if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
Friar, it cannot be. Thou seest that all the grace that she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation a sin of perjury. She not denies it.
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me, I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy.
There is some strange misprision in the princes. Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the princes left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish that she is dead indeed.
What will become of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well carriage shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. And if it sort not well, you may conceal her as best befits her wounded reputation in some reclusive and religious life.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you.
Be'st that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to strange sores strangely they strain to cure. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is that not strange?
As strange as the thing I know not, it were as possible for me to say I loved nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love you, not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it, I protest I love thee.
Why then, God forgive me, I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain, that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? O God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man out a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone. Princes and counties! Surely a princely testimony, a goodly Count Comfect, a sweet gallant surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules, that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Very good, Beatrice. By this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than but swearing by it.
Think in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero.
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand, and so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Which be the malefactors?
Marry, that am I and my partner.
But which are the offenders to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come forward to me. What is your name, friend?
Borracho.
Pray, write down Borraccio. Your Sirrah?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yea, sir. Yea, sir, we hope.
Write down they hope they serve God. Masters, it is proved already you are little better than false knaves. How do you answer for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
Well, stand aside. Have you written down that they are none? Let the watch come forward. Master, I charge you in the prince's name. Accuse these men. Flat burglary as ever was committed.
What else, fellow?
O villain, thou wilt be condemned to everlasting redemption for this.
What else? Master Constable, let these men be bound. I will go before.
Come, let them be opinioned.
Off the coxcomb!
Cod's my life, where's Leonato? Let him write down Prince's officer's coxcomb. Come, bind them, thou nasty varlet.
Oh, wait, you are an ass! You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? No, thou villain, I am a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina, and one that knows the law go to, and a rich enough fellow go to, and a fellow that hath had losses, and one that hath 2 gowns, and all things handsome about himself. Bring him away. Oh, that I had been writ down an ass.
Good day.
Good day to you.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonato.
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now?
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
Tush, tush, man. Never fleer and jest at me. I speak not like a dotard nor a fool. If I could right myself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs thou?
Marry, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler. Thou know Claudio to thy head. I say thou hast belied mine innocent child. Thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors, so in a tomb where scandal never slept, save this of hers framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old man.
Canst thou so doff me? Thou hast killed my child. She is dead, slandered to death by villains, boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops.
Gentlemen, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord, my lord.
I will not hear you.
No, I will be heard, and some of us will smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, Signor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You are almost come to part, almost a fray.
I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
As I am an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
What? Courage, man. What though care killed a cat? Thou hast mettle enough in thee to kill care.
By this light he changes more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
If he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear? You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, and with what you dare, and when you dare. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
Well, I will meet you, so I may have good cheer.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, and text underneath, here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossip-like humor. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company now. Your bastard brother has fled from Messina. You have among killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Blackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He is earnest.
In most profound earnest, and, I'll warrant you, for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
But soft you. Pluck up my heart and be sad. Did he not say my brother was fled?
Come you, sir, nay.
How now? Two of my brother's men bound. Beratio one. Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Third and lastly, they have belied a lady. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Sweet prince, let me go no farther to mine answer. Do you hear me, and let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Don John your brother incensed me to slander the lady Hero, how you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in Hero's garments, how you disgraced her when you should have married her. And I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee on this?
Yea, and prayed me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy.
Sweet Hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved it first.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes. Art thou the salve that with thy breath has killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
Not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here, how innocent she died. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is heir to us both. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your
Kindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Moreover, sir, which is indeed not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting be wished, God prohibit it.
Until tomorrow night, lords, farewell.
We will not fail.
Tonight I will mourn with Hero.
Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I call thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now, and yet ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frightened the word out of his right sense, so forcefully is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge. And I pray thee now, tell me for which of my bad parts is thou first fall in love with me?
For them altogether, which maintained so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. Thou and I are too wise to woo peacefully. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me and mend. There will I leave you to, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle. It is proved my lady Hero has been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error that you heard debated. But Margaret was at some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears.
Well, I am glad things all sort so well.
And so am I, being else by faith enforced to call young Claudio to a reckon for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, when I send for you, come hither masked. The prince and Claudio have promised by this hour to visit me.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To what, Signor?
To bind me or undo me or one of them.
Here comes the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you still determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This is she, and I do give you her.
Why then she's mine.
Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not, till you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand.
Before this holy friar, I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero? Hero that is dead?
She died, my lord, but while her slander lived.
Oh, this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely a fair hero's death.
Soft and verify, which one is Beatrice?
What is your will?
Do you not love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do you not love me?
Truth? No. No more than reason.
Why then my cousin and Margaret are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore that you were almost sick for me.
They swore that you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. And you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another. Writ in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle! Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace, I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I tell thee what, Prince. A college of woodcrackers cannot flop me out of my humor. Dost think I care? No. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing any purpose that the world can say against it. And therefore never flout at me for what I have said against it. For a man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think I had beaten thee. But and thou art like to be my kinsman. Live unbruised and love my cousin. Come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterward.
First of my word, therefore, play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife, get thee a wife. Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up the pipers!